name, and she said, you should have gone to Tanzania. They would have given you a parade over there. Julius Nyerere flying into the Julius Nyerere airport. It would have been amazing. And when I was leaving the airport, and again, and I remember everything that happened to me in Canada, so I'm still kind of dealing with that in my head. And she called out my last name and she goes, welcome home.
Oh, wow.
This lady knows I am not Kenyan. I'm getting emotional now thinking about it.
Wow.
The slaves, the people that were trafficked and kidnapped and taken to the Caribbean and to the West came from West Africa. So that's where home should be. So I wasn't expecting that kind of welcome. And when she said that to me, a feeling came from the ground right up into my body, and it was right there. It was sealed. Kenya was it from the first day.
Wow. And I think that answers Ashley Maingi's questions, because she says, I'm curious, what was the feeling when you went to Kenya and having that weight finally off your shoulders?
And it is a weight, and I don't think a lot of people realize they're carrying it until you go to Africa. My cousin gets that when he goes to Jamaica, but he was born in Canada. But for someone who is born in Jamaica, when I go to Africa, and I've heard this from other people, they explain to me, I've had the same experience. It's like a weight is just lifted off of you. So it is an amazing feeling.
Wow.
But I must say, Kaiser, which name should we use? Julius.
Julius.
Okay, Julius. So when I went
Jamaica,
every time I've gone to Jamaica, it's the same. You know, that welcome you're talking about. They welcome you like you're their long lost brother, long lost black brother, like, you know, you're their brother from another mother. It's the same way. The staff at the resorts, even on the streets, if you stop with the vendors who have jerk chicken, you know, they have the jerk chicken pits on the side of the road. All those people, they treat you like you're one of them, because they know that you're not from there. However, they will treat you like you're their long lost cousin. So I get it.
Jamaicans are very friendly. Jamaicans
I
are
get that.
Some of the friendliest people on the planet. And when we like you, we like you. It's just that if we don't like you, we're not going to pretend.
Correct. Yes.
Mika.
I want to add on what Omosha said. I just came from Jamaica, and I remember every time I would do something, like I would go somewhere and then I speak, they would be like, "You have an accent. You're from Africa. You're my brother." Like they would give you special preference. Like, "Hey, you're African. You did." And then this is the funniest thing. Guess which music they're listening to in Jamaica?
Afrobeat.
The Afrobeat is the most played music that I had. Like everywhere I was going, like, are you like, do you guys listen to this, or you just playing because it says? They're like, no, we listen to Afrobeat. Clubs, taxis, they love Afrobeat. So for them, you see the way in Kenya reggae is revered, and you see the way you can talk bad about reggae.
Yes. Correct. No, you can't.
I know.
You'll be.
It's the same way. You cannot talk. You cannot say anything about Afrobeat in Jamaica.
You know, and here's
will whoop your ass.
Mika, here's an interesting thing. During post-election violence 2007, there was violence that went down in Kibra. There was an area where everything was ransacked. The only thing that remained was a place where people used to go listen to reggae music. Like everything around it, you know, like all the businesses around it, you know, looted and everything. It was there standing by itself. And that in itself is testament to how people feel about each other, despite the separation that's 400 years, that feeling, that blood, and even music, you know, like instinctively, you know, like black people love other black people's music. Correct. Without being told that this is black people music and you're supposed to like it.
But if you also know, like when you look at many reggae artists, always are welcome. They always have a home in Kenya.
Yes.
No matter Black Uhuru,
and they
Israel
connect.
Vibration, they just connect.
Morgan Heritage, and Elaine.
Elaine.
Ali can sing you songs about Elaine.
Oh my goodness.
She's at another level, and Morgan Heritage as well.
Did you hear how the intonation changed?
No,
when
but
you mentioned
it's her. It's the way
I know.
she performs.
Yes.
And you become part of the show.
Yes.
The audience is. She removes her shoes. She walks in. With the
They
crowd.
interact with people.
and
Yes.
dance
It's like-
with you, and
So that's another aspect of Jamaicans, like even the artists themselves, the major artists.
It's-
Most of
they're,
them.
they're not just there for the money.
No. Even just the idea. Who was it? Was it Capleton or no? Sizzler.
Sizzler. Was it
But
Sizzler?
yeah, the one point he was talking about Mandamano, like he was even holding a rock. Like
Yes.
like, you remember that? Like, that is how in tune, some and I'm talking about the level of celebrity status for someone like Sizzler, and him connecting with Kenya.
Yeah.
So that adds to what Afro is saying.
And this actually goes back to like when Bob Marley first came to perform in Zimbabwe during the independence celebration in 1980, where like there was issues, like he was being told there might be issues with equipment and sound, and he was like, we are going, like whatever the issues are, we are gonna solve them, like when we get there. So there's a level of spiritual connection that I think is just very difficult to explain. Kaiser.
No, it's true. One thing that surprised me also, when I was in Mombasa, the amount of Jamaican flags and Bob Marley that I see on the matatus, and then when he came to Nairobi, it's the same thing. So I think if left alone by outside forces, I think we would come together.